balsam fir gum with a lichen wick, with the lichen mashed into the balsam fir gum. There we go. I like this style of low fire for cooking. It starts off slow because there's not much room in between the pot and the base logs. This is also softwood, so it doesn't really form good cooking coals. It burns hot and then it has a very short coal period and then it burns to ash. So I started this fire and the pot was resting right on the wood, which is what I wanted. It cuts back the air a bit for a slow startup, but once it gets going, that pot is it's actually resting on there, and we're just barely resting on there. Once it burns down, it'll hang from the pot support, which is just supported with a fork stick, and it's just a heavy branch, so I don't need to peg it down at the end, and I can slide it back and forth depending on how the fire works out. Now when this really gets established as a good fire and everything is burning really hot there, then I can feed in wrist-sized pieces or splits one at a time, and it'll still be licking the base of the pot. So there's different styles. This one works for me. Another style is to build quite a large fire and hang the pot higher down into the flame. But that, to me, is for my needs, that's not a cooking fire that I prefer, because it takes a lot of wood just to boil a little bit of water. So I try to get my cooking fires as low as I can. Normally I take a grill and use rocks when I'm canoeing, so I have a grill, a really lightweight Purcell trench grill cross resting on rocks. But I'm hiking today and I'm not bringing any extra weight, so I'm using some bushcraft techniques for pot support. Nothing special, nothing elaborate, but I try to keep the pot as low as I can. So that works for me. And the style of fire I like is crisscross log cabin style. I'm melting snow for my water supply, so that's why I like a real low pot right touching the wood if I can, because it just makes things faster. There my meal is simmering. This is the advantage of the nice low cooking fire. You got a lot of control. Smoke's getting at me here. I don't have control over the smoke. Okay, so take this off my neck here. You can see how low it is. And I've just offset it a bit from the flame because it's simmering just nicely. I don't want it rolling boil while it's cooking. This is rehydrating. This is dried ground beef, dried tomato sauce, olives, onions, and mushrooms. And I'm going to add the pasta a bit later. So nice low cooking fire. And I can slide this whole big long log stick here, I can slide it back and forth on the V to put it over the flame, or just offset it. And I've just offset it now. So that's just fine. Simmering away there. It is raining. I'm under my tarp. So some of the fire is catching that rain, but the near edge is covered by the tarp. Hopefully it won't rain too hard and I'll be able to keep going without adjusting the tarp, but I can adjust it. I can slide it on the prussiks. I'd have to undo that one, and I'd have to actually undo many of the guy lines to slide it over, but I don't want to slide it completely over in case I get a spark in that sill nylon there. But so far so good. It's not raining too hard. And I got a nice simmer going. Low cooking fire. Works for me.